In an age dominated by screens and algorithms, we are constantly bombarded with information. Every click, every scroll leaves a digital footprint that shapes the content we consume. But what if these very tools, designed to connect us, are subtly controlling our thoughts? We are living in an era where the lines between our internal thoughts and the external world are increasingly blurred. On average, people spend nearly 2 hours a day on social media, equivalent to over 5 years of their lifetime. In that time, one could run 10,000 marathons or travel to the moon and back 32 times. Even more concerning is that teenagers spend nearly 9 hours a day on social media, which amounts to an astounding 23.4 years of their lives. As of 2023, 4.8 billion people use social media, with 590 million suffering from social media addiction. This isn't just a matter of habit, it's a pervasive dependency. Major platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat are exploiting this addiction, manipulating our psychology and shaping our perceptions. The real question is, who controls the narrative in our minds? Are we truly the masters of our thoughts, or are unseen forces subtly directing our beliefs and actions? If we sacrifice the ability to think, to what extent are we still human? Brain-reading devices like Elon Musk's Neuralink are often discussed as the future of human-tech interaction, where thoughts could be directly translated to computers. But how realistic is this? And should we be concerned now? While it may sound alarming, the immediate threat isn't brain reading, but behavior reading. This involves tracking our actions, such as what we like on Facebook, the website we visit, and the music we enjoy, to infer our thoughts and manipulate our behavior. Combined with AI, this ability poses a significant threat to our autonomy and is something we should be more concerned about. This new technology is essentially offering a modern twist on an old age problem. In ancient Greece, sophists were criticized for using rhetoric not to uncover truth, but to manipulate public opinion in favor of certain politicians and ideas. The fear of sophistic argument has persisted for millennia, but now we are facing a digital version of this threat, AI as modern sophist. The difference is the staggering power imbalance. AI knows far more than we think. While we may like to believe we are independent, autonomous thinkers, we must acknowledge that in the face of a persuasive AI, our autonomy is severely compromised. We are engaged in a silent war, a battle for control over our minds. The stakes have never been higher. Powerful forces are vying to shape our beliefs, influence our actions, and dictate the narrative that governs our lives. The digital age has ushered in an era of unprecedented manipulation. Corporations hold immense power through data collection and targeted advertising. Social media, once hailed as a democratizing force, has morphed into a surveillance apparatus, subtly shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. At the heart of this transformation lies a sinister alliance between corporations and governments, engaged in a relentless pursuit of control. The business model of social media giants is predicated on a simple principle: attention is the new currency. These platforms meticulously study our online behaviors. This data is then transformed into predictive models that anticipate our desires and fears, allowing advertisers to target us with uncanny precision. As Tristan Harris, a former Google product designer, famously observed, "If you're not paying for the product, then you are the product." Governments are exploiting social media platforms to spread propaganda and manipulate public opinion. The Cambridge Analytica scandal exposed how political campaigns can harvest user data to target voters with personalized messages, often containing misinformation and misleading content. Billions of dollars are invested in these campaigns, all with the goal of shaping public discourse, suppressing dissent, and swaying public opinion. The increasing use of facial recognition technology by governments around the world is another example. China, a leader in this trend,
implements a vast surveillance network that tracks citizens' movements, monitors their online presence, and even assigns social credit scores based on their action. Similar systems are being deployed in countries like India and the United States, raising serious concerns about privacy and civil liberties. In a sense, the convergence of corporate data collection and government surveillance has created a perfect storm for the erosion of individual freedoms. We often assume that our thoughts are our own private domain, a sanctuary from external influence. However, this notion of unfettered free thought is increasingly challenged in a world saturated with information and manipulation. Philosophers throughout histories have pondered the nature of consciousness and the mind-body problem. As Descartes suggests with his famous statement, "I think, therefore I am." Thoughts allow us to detach from the world, creating a private space where we can plan, form intentions, and reflect, essentially controlling our actions from within. This internal process is crucial to our autonomy. However, invoking Descartes implicitly supports the idea that thought is purely internal, confined to the mind. Many legal discussions focus on protecting this inner world, but if we only protect this inner world, we risk losing much of what makes us autonomous. Our thinking isn't limited to what's inside our heads, it extends outward. We think with our fingers when we count, with paper when we make lists, with technology like Google, and with others through conversation. This kind of external thought is vital and needs protection too. But the digital age has introduced new complexities. Algorithms curate our online experiences, shape our perspectives, and limit our exposure to diverse viewpoints. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive and exploit our psychological vulnerabilities. The endless stream of curated content creates a sense of fear of missing out, leading to compulsive checking and distorted perception of reality. Moreover, the echo chambers created by algorithms can reinforce existing beliefs, causing further polarization and societal divisions. As we navigate this complex landscape, it becomes increasingly clear that true freedom of thought requires more than just the absence of external constraints. It demands a conscious effort to cultivate critical thinking, seek out diverse information, and challenge our own assumptions. In the old days for us anyway, when we were washing clothes or mowing the lawn, we would have time to think. But these days, we seem to accomplish these tasks with headphones on, with a YouTube or a podcast. So are these inputs helping us think? Or are we just stopping ourselves from thinking by importing thoughts and ideas from the outside? As Daniel Kahneman said, human beings are to independent thinking as cats are to swimming. They can do it, but they prefer not to. We stand at a crossroads. Technology, once a tool for liberation, has morphed into a potential overload. The battleground is our minds, a frontier where the personal and the collective intertwine. Are we content to be mere spectators in the shaping of our own thoughts? Or will we rise as architects of our own mental reality? The choice is ours, but the consequences are profound. For in the end, the question is not merely who controls our thoughts, but who will be the custodian of human consciousness. To let others think for us is to let others live for us.